I'm kind of doing this in real time, so excuse me. There may be some glitches along the way, but I thought maybe some of you might benefit from this. I hope it works, and as is almost always the case, there are probably better ways of doing something. But anyway, this is my way for now. In the last video I talked and I've been using alcohol inks, and I found this little plastic packing insert to an extruder that I bought that never did like, but I kept the packing, and I put all of my many of my alcohol inks in there, and you've seen me use them with my alcohol brush pen. So I decided maybe I would spring for, and I forget how much it cost. It wasn't too much, but I wanted to show you what we're doing now. I did mention that Tim Holtz had put out a palette, and that's what I'm working on now. And it's a palette with like 36 disc size places. Yesterday I filled many of them, not all of them, with the alcohol inks. But as you probably guessed by now, when you see the alcohol inks in these discs, you really don't know what color they are. These are a little bit easier because it's transparent, and I've used them a couple of times, so I've put little swatches on the side. It gives me a hint to the color. But boy, it's really nice to know a color before you use it. And I don't even know what these are. I put them down and didn't make notes, and so I don't really know what color the alcohol ink that I put into these little receptacles is. So I've decided to go to a little more organized approach. So the first thing I did was, let's see if I can move this aside. I don't want to disturb it because I want to get on to the second phase of my organization attempt here. But anyway, I've got the palette, and in a little while I will reveal it. But as you can see, I have filled them up and let them dry. So they're sitting in these very nice little spots. The ones that you see, like this one, this one, this one, this one, I haven't yet filled up. So while I was doing that, though, I made myself a nice little template that tried to show all 36 receptacles. And I got the P for the piñata, and I think an R for Ranger. And I've tried to put them in some kind of, logical order, sort of. So that's where I am now. And then I decided I would use some of my white clay. In this case, I think I used souffle. Yeah, souffle. And I put it out at maybe number 4 setting on my pasta machine, and cut them into these little discs. Okay, so it's not very thick. And what I thought I would do is, using my notes over here, placing these on top, and putting the swatching, actually putting the watercolor on these discs and letting it dry. And what I have it stuck to is peel and stick, not saran wrap, but peel and stick. So what I'm hoping to do is leave them in their place once I've got enough so that I can cover it, but leaving it in place raw with the color on it and in the same position as the little receptacles on the palette. You'll get the idea. So now I'm going to color each one of them, and using my handy dandy legend here on what I put where, and see how that works out. And then I'll cover it with the half of the peel and stick wrap, and just leave it that way. And that way, when I want to see what the color will look like on white clay, I'll have a nice reference. So let me start doing exactly that. I'm not sure how, I probably should have come up with a slightly different setup, but I really wanted to get these positioned in the right places. So what I may do is pull the palette out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Hold on. Well, I'm going to put the phone, my camera, so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. So, little by little. All right, there we go. I've got it in my sandbag, holding on to it kind of thing. All right, so now I'm going to see if I can pull out the palette. The peel and stick is trying to stick to it a little bit, so that may be a little... Okay, here's the palette. And let me give you a long shot of it. As you can see, I spilled one group. And it's very hard. You can tell some of the colors, but you sure can't tell all of them. So that's what I'm trying to get at. And I can't open this palette right now because I'm holding the camera. But it does open. And it has a plastic cover, which when you open it, you can use as a palette. So you can actually see the color. But I really think it will be nice before doing that I make decisions of how they will look on the white clay. So here I go. Put the color up there and my phone back so I can continue. And I'm going to, let's see, open it. Open the palette. Here we go. I'm going to open the palette, and using my legend, I will know what I'm doing down here. Okay, so let's see. Let me start down at the bottom. Yeah, so you can see the bottom. Yeah, there we go. And Burro Brown is the one I am going to do first. And let me slide the phone up so you can see that I am squeezing alcohol into here. And then I'm going to put the Burro Brown. I did not realize Burro Brown was so red, but there it is. So now I'm going to see if I can steady the phone, keep everything on track, and give that a go. Okay, so there's the way that's going to look, which is a good reference already because I was thinking I was going to get brown. Now, as I mentioned before, with these pens, you just have to squeeze out a little alcohol on a paper towel and go to the next color, which is chili pepper. And that's the one over here. Oh, that's really red. Isn't that pretty? And look how pretty it looks on white clay. All right, so I did that one. Again, the paper towel. Squeeze a little alcohol till you get a clean brush. No need to have 50,000 brushes. Of course, when the colors is intense, you'd have to use a little alcohol. So anyway, back to, let's see, I did the brown and the chili pepper, and then Poppy Field is the next one. Yeah, Poppy Field, another red, really not much difference there. Well, a little bit. This one's definitely darker. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, yeah, darker. And I'll go up. I'm not going to bore you with doing all of them, but just so you get the idea of what it is I'm trying to achieve. All right, so again, wiping the brush, I can get a nice clean brush. So I think I'll try the top one, which is Sun Bright Yellow. Let's see, squeeze a little bit, get some in there, and off I go here. That's very bright and pretty. So that's going to work. And the one I have underneath there is Tangerine. Got to get my yellow all off the paper towel. Tangerine, squeeze a little bit. I think you can see that because it's real close. Squeeze a little bit and get my tangerine. Oh, I like that color. It's almost like a burnt umber. No, it's a nice orangey color, but it's real pretty, isn't it? Really nice. So then I'm squeezing. I'm doing all of this holding the camera. I'm using the paper towel so you can see what I'm doing. And down from that is Calabraza orange, which is another orange. Let's see if I can get that. Hard to look at three things at one time. Anyway, I'm picking some color up and putting it here. So it's a pretty reddish orange. But I like that, don't you? It's pretty. Oh, how nice. It's almost like a salmon. If you did a watercolory look, it would come out salmon-y looking. So now the other two are blank. I don't have anything here and here in accordance with my legend. And you can see I do have some vacant spaces. It turns out now that I've done this, my clothes are sticking to the peel and stick, which is really a nuisance here. So so I want to continue without getting my clothes stuck onto the paper. So let me try some of these other colors, and then I'm going to stop because I think you get the idea. And I will know what colors these are on bright. But let me see if I can get a green one going here. Let's see, my greens. Oops, sorry, the paper towel's in the way. I'm trying to hold it. Yeah, the greens are the second one. Now this one here is white, believe it or not. And I don't know, that's, whoops, looks like I didn't clean my brush good enough. Yeah, I don't know. I have this, it's called Blanca Blanca. And I can't believe it's going to do much. And I do have some residual on my brush. But anyway, I think it's a waste of time. But I haven't put it on top of anything. And that's probably where it would be good. Anyway, whoops, there goes my brush. Okay. All right, so let's try the green. So I've got Rainforest Green here. And it's the third one over. Oh, I love that color. That is like a true green, I think. Maybe a tiny bit bluish green. But I like that. Cleaning my brush and going down to a limey green. Oh, got a lot of pigment in that one. Oh, I love that too. I think that's a real pretty color. Really pretty. Yeah, the other one now looks like a bluey green, which is really pretty too. And below that is lettuce. And that's pretty khaki green. A little more yellowy color. I like that a lot. I'm trying to clean my brush. And then below that is Botanical, which is pretty. Let's see. Oh, that's a nice pretty green. Yeah. So I am going to continue without trying to make you all dizzy from my camera movements. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like and the colors. And then I'll be able to wrap this and keep it with my palette, and I'll know what colors I'm looking at. I'm tucking my shirt in so I don't stick. So yeah, we might try. Let me get the paper towel ready to clean. Yeah. I might try. It's really nice not to have a whole lot of brushes. I could try some of these purple ones. Yeah, let me try this one here, which is Eggplant. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? Almost like a periwinkle blue. I'm trying to look through the camera while I'm doing this so you can I can keep it steady. So that's Eggplant. And then above that is some Ranger Purple Twilight. Let me see the difference in that. Oh, that's very purpley. So, yep, squeeze out. I may have to fill my pen up. The barrel of the pen doesn't hold too much alcohol, but you can see what I'm doing. Let's see. And then I got a lot of reds, and it turns out I do not have enough blues. Now I did make a mess of this blue right here, so I'm going to try to pick some of that up. And that's on the end. Oh, that's beautiful. Love that color. It's almost like a cobalt, isn't it? And that's a Pinata sapphire blue, right? Well, that's heavy pigment, so paper towel and rinse, squeeze and rinse until all you're getting is sort of clear. And then I'll try Bahia blue. And I know I've used that one before, and that's very pretty. Bahia blue. Squeeze that out. And then I have a gray. I think I might just try that gray up here. I'm not sure what that's going to end up looking like, but it's definitely gray. So it might be nice for shading and so forth. Yeah. All right, so I will be back in a minute when I finish doing this. Hang on.